What's up guys, my name is Mateo Hall. So as some of you may know, I plan on moving out relatively soon within the next month to 2.5 months. And I have a pretty decent budget created. I've also talked in the past on how I live so cheaply while I'm at my parents' house. So that's probably gonna change relatively soon with me really focusing on narrowing in my budget a little bit more and seeing where I have to be actually spending money, because that's what you do as a adult in a functioning society. Such a weird concept, I know. But there's one thing I want to touch on today. A while ago, I critiqued this other financial personality on radio and YouTube named Dave Ramsey, saying that a lot of things that he does just isn't optimized for those of us that actually know what we're doing. I see Dave Ramsey as someone that helps people out of absolutely terrible financial situations and gets them better. But if you don't need that help from something that you're terrible at, that you're not comfortable with, that you don't know what you're doing, then maybe he isn't the best. But just for the fun of it, I'm thinking, you know what? Now that I'm going out into the real world, maybe Dave Ramsey does have a little edge on me. So let's see, what does Dave Ramsey say that I should be doing right now as an 18, 19-year-old getting ready to move out? So we're gonna go over to my laptop and we're gonna look up what I have a vague idea about is the Dave Ramsey baby steps. For those of you that don't know, Dave Ramsey is a very conservative financial personality. He thinks that debt is an absolutely terrible thing, and overall there's a lot of things that we disagree with. Check the description down below and there'll be a link to my entire video on him. I have a vague idea on what the baby steps are, but I'm honestly not sure where I lie in there, so let's check it out, shall we? Alright, here we are on Google, so we're just gonna look up Dave Ramsey baby steps. There they are. Perfect. So I believe there should be a calculator on his website here that lets us see exactly where we are in the baby steps. Let's just do get started. I saw this a while ago, but I've never actually clicked on it. There we go. We're going to look at the free 3-minute assessment. Take the free assessment. Alright guys, now we're officially getting into it. Alright, my name is Mateo Hall, and what matters to me most right now? Stop living paycheck to paycheck. Well, I'm not really living paycheck to paycheck right now. I live pretty comfortably. Maybe in the future I will be, but that's a no. Even though my first video was on how much debt I have, I'm not trying to pay off any debt because there was just credit cards. I have a decent emergency fund. I guess retirement, because my end goal is to retire around 30, so save for retirement would be my big goal right now. I'm not alone. Oh, that's so reassuring to hear. Thank you, Dave. But 48% of Americans say they have nothing saved for retirement. No, that is not okay. That's kind of what I'm creating this channel for, is to help educate you guys and bring us on a financial journey together so that we can start from nothing and build up to something. Let's see how to take control of our money according to Dave Ramsey. Alright, I am 18 years old and I'm not married. I have a girlfriend, but I'm single with 0 kids living at my home because I don't have a kid. Let's have it emailed to hall54@gmail.com. But we're not going to sign up for any type of resources. No thanks. I don't think I want to be on an email list for Dave Ramsey's marketing team. When it comes to money, most of the time I feel very confident. I think I know what I'm doing most of the time. Is that a bad thing? I don't think that's a bad thing. How do you handle money most of the time? I plan where every dollar will go before I get it and I follow the plan. Well, I have a budget set aside on how much I'm going to be spending each month, but not necessarily where each dollar is going. I keep track of my money and stop spending when I run low or run out, kind of. I spend more than I make, no. I'm investing 99% of my paycheck and I'm not able to keep on top of bills. So both of those are no. I don't really plan where my money's going. I just see that I have a set amount to spend each month, and that's my maximum, so I guess I keep track of my money, but I don't really set it aside specifically for anything besides reoccurring expenses like car insurance and maintenance. Do you have an accountability partner when it comes to your money? Do you guys count as an accountability partner? This is someone who can hold you accountable for your money decisions for your own. It's okay if you don't have one yet. I'm gonna go out and say yes for you guys because I want you guys to keep me accountable. If you ever see me doing something stupid with my money that I'm being hypocritical in something that I say, call me out on it. I don't want to be that guy on YouTube who tells you something but then completely backs out and does the exact opposite. So you guys are my accountability partners and I'll be yours. So I'm going to say yes on this, that you guys are my accountability partner. So I'm trusting you on that one. Now we're going to ask a few money questions so we can customize the plan to you. So did none of those previous questions, Matt? Okay. What is your yearly income? I think technically I'm going to be less than 20,000 this year, but even with just my 9 to 5, it's going to be around 24,000 plus real estate. So let's ballpark it at $20,000 to $40,000. That's fair. My job situation, I've lost my I'm worried that I'm going to lose my job or my income's been reduced. I have a pretty safe job right now because I'm working in the medical field for around 40 hours every week, and I have my real estate on top of that. Plus, if this channel ever gets monetized, that'll be 3 different streams of income. So I have stable fixed income plus real estate, so I feel pretty confident in my answer there. We're glad to hear that your income is stable. I am one of the fortunate people right now that not everyone has the privilege of having a stable source of income right now with the illness that's coming through, and hopefully we can deal with it as it comes by. And there are 2 different vaccines that are going through FDA approval right now, and who knows how those are going to end up turning out, how many people are willing to take them, how many aren't. It's one of my teachers always used to say that it was a curse to live in interesting times, and I haven't really realized that until now. Shout out to you, Mrs. Can, if you're watching this. How much debt do you have, not counting your mortgage? Credit cards, medical bills, car loans. I have my car paid off, and I'm not carrying a balance on any of my credit cards, so I'm debt-free. Maybe I should go on Dave Ramsey's show and give him a debt-free stream, even though I have credit cards. Congratulations, being debt-free is a big deal. You're already ahead of the game. Being bad debt-free is a big deal. Notice he also excluded mortgage in there, because mortgage is good debt. Now we'll help you reach now will help you make a plan to reach your financial goals. Exciting. Could you pay cash for a $1,000 emergency? Yes, I have $1,000 sitting in my bank account right now. Easy. How long would your savings last? Right now, it'll last more than 3 months because I don't have any type of expenses, but once I move out, I'll have to build up my emergency fund a little bit further because I'll have more reoccurring expenses. I'm going to say more than 3 months because my financial situation right now doesn't have any type of emergency fund needed. Are you currently investing in retirement? Yes, I am investing more than 15%. It's safe to say that $900 out of $1,100 is more than 15% going bi-weekly. Even if we cut it back to $400 out of my $1,100 paycheck, that's still... Needless to say that I'm putting the majority of my money in investments right now. What's your housing situation right now? I'm living rent-free because I'm with my parents. Maybe I should retake this test in just a second and see what it's going to be like once I move out, see if he gives me a different response, because I feel like a lot of my answers will change a lot depending on what situation we're looking at. Are you planning on buying a house next year? Probably not next year, but if I could, I would. If I could qualify for the loan, I would buy a house next year, but I'm not going to be able to qualify for a loan, so I'm going to say maybe because I want to, but I'm not going to be able to, if that makes sense. Mateo Hall, you are on baby step 7. What? So according to Dave Ramsey, I'm already done with life. I can start spending like crazy. That is awesome. The 7 baby steps. In baby step 7, you'll build wealth and give. It's time to live and give like no one else. Outrageous generosity is in my future. So according to Dave, I don't have to really start saving for retirement anymore. I'm completely fine. Let's just look over these baby steps really quick to see where I think I am in relative to where he calculated me at. So I have $1,000 saved for an emergency fund, paying off all debts, save 3 to 6 months. Yeah, I could do better on that. Investing 15% of your household income. I think I should be investing more than that, honestly. If you can invest more than 15%, invest more than 15%. Save for college fund, pay off home early. So I think I'm really in between like a 5 and 6, where I should be saving for a house right now. That's where I would end up putting this. I'm going to do this test really quick, one more time, just to see where I am once I buy my apartment. Alright, so I just took that quiz really quick one more time, and Dave says that when I'm renting in just a couple of months here, that pops me all the way back to baby step number 3. That was just by moving out and changing, I think, 2 or 3 different answers. So I need to save 3 to 6 months in an emergency fund first, which I agree with, honestly. I should get a bigger emergency fund up for when I start to move out, because you never know when life's gonna throw you some curveballs. Start investing soon, and we'll show you how. Was he counting investments? Technically, I could liquidate all my investments right now, and I have, even when I move out, over 3 months worth. So I'm gonna keep investing. Sorry, Dave. I don't think that I need to double down on a emergency fund as badly as you may think that I do right now, because really, if I absolutely have to, I could sell off some of my stocks, which would be absolutely last case scenario if I had nothing else to do. So you can see, even on a multi-million-dollar man's calculator online, it's not really the most accurate to tell you exactly how you should live your life. And that's kind of what I was trying to get to with this video, is that you can't just watch some video on YouTube or go to some calculator online and that tell you exactly how to spend your money. Because everybody's situation is niche and nuanced. It's different than everyone else's. You can't go over and say that I'm exactly like this other person when it comes to their financial situation, because there's a lot of things that go into it. How much money you're making, how much debt you're in, what type of investments you're doing, what your plans for the future are. You really have to evaluate your own financial situation to see where you are in life and where you want to be soon. Because looking at Dave Ramsey's baby steps for me honestly wasn't that insightful, because I know what I plan on doing and I've made my own budget. See, he didn't mention anywhere in there on how you should be making a budget. Granted, yes, he does talk about that on his radio show a lot, but just by going on one website doesn't tell you exactly how you should be living your life. It doesn't tell you the nuances of your everyday life, and that's why you should take everything that you read on the internet, online, every video that you watch, even Meet Kevin and Graham Stephan's videos, with a grain of salt. Apply advice as it applies to you, because not everything is gonna apply to you in your specific situation. And I think it's really important that you acknowledge yourself as an individual before blindly taking advice. But one thing that I think that we can all agree on is that if you haven't already, then you should subscribe to the channel and leave a like and comment down below. If you check the description, there's also going to be a link to Webull, which just by depositing $100, you can get several free stocks. I don't know how their platform is even functioning right now, giving away so much free money. Last I saw, it was 4 free stocks, 3 of which were valued from $8 to $1,600. So go ahead, go down below, see if that offer is still valid, and get in it while you still can. If not, you could always click on the Robinhood link, getting an entirely free stock just for signing up for the platform, and sign up for the Discover card, start building credit, get a $50 free credit towards your next purchase just by signing up for one of their cards. Until next time though, guys, my name's Mateo Hall, and I'll see you when we continue our financial journey.